This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth, and everybody is wondering right now, why are mysterious drones flying over New Jersey? If you haven't seen the footage, guys, it's been pretty wild. You've got news reporters going down there thinking it's all just going to be some conspiracy theory nonsense, only to find out it's all very, very real. This guy says, I gotta be honest here, you know, when this story first came out a few weeks ago, I didn't pay much credence. The experience I had last night, however, changed the way I feel about this story completely. What I saw was more sophisticated than I ever imagined. We've been looking at this for the past hour. I think we've seen about 40 or 50 of these drones. One of their officers called 911 after seeing 50 of them come off of the ocean. And there's bizarre footage like this clip coming out showing the ocean in New Jersey with what appears to be drones flying directly into the ocean. Again, lots of strange stuff coming out, guys. There's all kinds of footage like this and much more that we're going to take a look at in this interview. But meanwhile, in this video, but while all this is happening, you've got the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security here just claiming that there's nothing to see here, nothing to worry about. These are not nefarious. They pose no kind of threat here. He even said that these drone concerns and claims that, there's nothing to concern here. And he's just claiming they're just likely, store-bought drones. So just nothing to see here, folks. Meanwhile, you got the president-elect suggesting that you shoot them down. Trump demands action on these New Jersey drone sightings. He said this on Truth Social: mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know, and now, otherwise, shoot them down. Donald J. Trump says. You've got mysterious drones shutting down runways of New York airports. Drone activity in New York has shut down the runways at Stewart Airfield, the governor says. By the way, there was also reports of a bird flying into a plane engine, and there's footage of this, and there's claims that this was not a bird. And if you look at the footage and you slow it down, it indeed does look like it could have been one of these drones instead of one of, what they claim that it is, which they say it was just a bird. You've also got Elon Musk chiming in on this way back as far as last year. But in this tweet, somebody says, rest easy, 20,000 drones per day. It would take China 50 years to make one drone for every living American. And Musk chimes in saying, drone swarm battles are coming that will boggle the mind. In fact, it's not the only time he said this. Back in January of 2023, he said the drone wars are already a big deal, but we ain't seen nothing yet. On September 29th, he says, epic drone wars are coming. And the following day, he said, drone swarm battles are coming that will boggle the mind. Again, it begs the question, what does he know here? And what exactly was he alluding to? Well, could this be the cause of the drone uproar? The FAA Reauthorization Act of 2018 expires on December 20th, guys. The replacement being pushed is a bigger grab at taking our freedoms. That's right, the FAA Reauthorization Act expires on the 20th of this year, so the federal government is literally using a terrorism drone mystery psyop against you to manipulate Congress into passing this new H.R. 8060, which will include appropriations and enhanced government powers to control you. And they're even going as far as to use it to push for acts of war against other countries, guys. Here it is, H.R. 8610 Counter-UAS Authority Security, Safety, and Reauthorization Act, which was just introduced conveniently as all of this is happening right now in New Jersey. This New Jersey drone invasion is just in time for Congress to reauthorize this Orwellian law. So we're going to take a very close look at this in this video, guys. But just before we do, I'd ask that you check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate if you appreciate my efforts to bring you this information, guys. Here you can do a one-time donation with PayPal. You can do Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. You could sign up here for a monthly recurring contribution, or here by clicking on Subscribe Star. You could send an e-transfer to dan@pressfortruth.ca. Thank you so much to everybody who contributes in that way. You can also send stuff to my P.O. Box, guys. Links for all of this are located in the description below. Thank you so much to everybody who takes 2 minutes today to support my efforts financially here to bring you this information at Press for Truth. All right, guys, this is basically what everybody in New Jersey is looking like right now as they drive around with these mystery drones hovering overhead. If I were to visit Jersey right now, this is probably what I would be doing. Of course, I'm just joking, but I mean, this is how people in New Jersey feel right now. And I mean, rightly so, because let's take a quick look at this ABC News piece that shows some of the footage that's coming out. And I think you'll agree, there's something pretty wild going on here.
A mystery in the skies.
7 right here. What the heck?
States across the Northeast reporting swarms of suspected drones appearing with no explanation.
They're just pacing back and forth, going very slow.
Hovering around densely populated residential areas, sensitive military installations, and even President-elect Trump's Bedminster Golf Club, where he lives.
This is the 12th drone that has come by from the same spot. There it is.
Some residents spooked.
These are big. You know, they're the size of small cars.
Officials in New Jersey demanding action from federal authorities, meeting with Homeland Security earlier this week.
It scares the bejesus out of me. You have to tell me, in this day and age, 2024, that somebody can be flying drones over northern New Jersey and we have no clue who it is, where they're coming from, or where they're landing? That's unacceptable.
Obviously.
A New Jersey legislator also in that meeting posting on X that the drones appear much larger than typical hobby drones, in some cases up to 6 feet. They often fly with their lights off, making them harder to detect. Between 4 to 180 sightings per day.
That's a lot,
most
guys.
often between 5 and 11 p.m. The White House, FBI, and Homeland Security downplaying any potential threat.
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat, or have a foreign nexus.
Man, they are being quiet on this thing. That's just like this guy saying, oh, it's just likely store-bought stuff, and, you know, there's no nefarious purposes or no actual threats going on here. Just relax, everybody.
The Biden administration saying many of the so-called drones appear to be manned aircraft operating lawfully. Many videos since debunked, a response that lawmakers say is not enough.
Come on out, Mr. Kirby. And let's go on out one night about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'll go out behind my town hall, and you can count them with me all night.
The people of this city and state and region deserve answers of what the heck is going on.
Again, everybody wants to know what the heck is going on here. What are these things? And it does appear that the timing of this is quite questionable when you look at the reintroduction of H.R. 8610 and the fact that the original piece is set to expire very, very soon. So let's check this out from Zero Hedge. New Jersey drone invasion just in time for Congress to reauthorize this Orwellian law. A series of drone sightings over New Jersey that began in mid-November has left residents and lawmakers spooked about the possibility of foreign adversaries breaching U.S. airspace with drone swarms. While officials have attempted to reassure the public, some lawmakers have stoked fear, leading to widespread panic on social media, with people interpreting anything moving in the night sky as a potential drone, even commercial jets and stars. By the way, this footage has been going around, getting a lot of attention. People are saying that it is a mysterious orb sighting. But as the community notes here on X points out, the video shows an out-of-focus point of light, such as a star. It's essentially a camera effect. The spinning effect is a result of the atmospheric distortion, the same thing that makes a star appear to twinkle. So a lot of the things that are coming out online right now are, you know, obviously have to be very skeptical of. Because, yeah, even commercial jets and stars are being filmed here. But obviously there's something going on. Days ago, the FBI and the U.S. Homeland Security Department released a statement indicating that we have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or public safety threat or have a foreign nexus. Historically, we have experienced cases of mistaken identity, he says, where reported drones are in fact just man-made aircrafts, the federal agency said. Again, when the government sits here saying there's nothing to, fear here and just look the other way, obviously they know what's going on. They're not just gonna, sit back and wonder and say we don't think there's anything going on here. White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby said many of the purported drone sightings are just commercial jets. They got no evidence of any kind of national security or public safety threat, even though this is clearly extremely out of the ordinary. If actual truck-sized drones were flying in some of the world's most restricted airspaces, let's use some common sense here. The Pentagon would have scrambled F-22s and F-35s on the East Coast almost immediately. And since that hasn't happened, as far as we know, we can't help but be suspicious about the whole drone situation. Additionally, no private satellite data allows for that Iranian drone carriers are parked off the coast. In fact, these vessels are located 7,500 miles away, so this notion that it's Iranians is nonsense. And again, you have to ask the question as to what exactly does Elon Musk know when he's joking about alien spaceships and he's, putting out all these, forewarnings about coming drone battles that are going to boggle the mind. Like this guy says here, Elon Musk put this out months before the current drone psyop over New Jersey. Wait for the prepackaged solution from this government-manufactured crisis to come in the form of Elon's Starshield and Peter Thiel's Palantir. Again, you have to wonder what this man who owns, SpaceX and Starshield knows about what's going on here. This demands taking a look at, guys. This reauthorization of this 2018 act, which actually expires in just a matter of days. Conveniently now, the federal government seems to be using this moment to push this thing through. As we see here, new H.R.8610 Counter-UAS Authority Security, Safety, and Reauthorization of 2024 is going to include appropriations and enhanced government powers to control you. They even go as far as to push acts of war against other countries. Are these drones being used to scare people into a frenzy or through an event to give cover and outcry for safety and to beg the government to take our freedoms? Well, as this Zero Hedge article concludes, it's coincidental, isn't it? Last week that a Homeland Security Joint Subcommittee had a hearing on this. This bill would actually renew and reform counter-U.S. legal authorities and strengthen the FAA's oversight powers over drones. How remarkably convenient, eh? The reason we need legal authority is that without it, the use of the most effective types of drone detection and counter-drone technologies could violate criminal laws, including those that prohibit destroying or disabling aircraft, in flight, and intercepting signals and communications, the DOJ's Deputy Assistant Attorney General for National Security said. So with the current drone countering authority set to expire on December 20th, this sudden surge in purported drone sightings and accompanying MSM and social media panic might make a bit more sense, guys, as an effort to push through for the reauthorization of these Orwellian drone laws. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Very interesting timing. They had a hearing on this just last week. This thing is supposed to, expire on December 20th. All of a sudden, around November 18th, we start, seeing and hearing about all these mysterious drones. And like clockwork now, they are ready to pass through this new reauthorized Orwellian law that's going to give him all kinds of powers to use drones. It's literally in the bill, guys. So just wanted to bring all of this to your attention. Indeed, there's some weird things going on about this, so I'm going to continue to cover this as this story develops. If you appreciate my efforts to bring you all of this information, guys, please don't forget to check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate. once again, if you appreciate my efforts to bring you this information. And that's all for today, guys. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to click that thumbs up button, share this video, and stay tuned, guys. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.